It's me, Ghosty Films, along with
Tension 1913.
and we are back. And today,
Let's playing Hexen.
yeah, and we actually have a special guest character in this episode, and his name is the Wizard.
Yeah.
Remember from all those episodes a long time ago when you were asking me if I would ever date a guy whose name was the Wizard?
Yeah.
Well, this is him.
Nice.
I'm inside him.
Nice.
So the answer is yes.
You would date a guy named the Wizard. How about that?
Yeah. So I made it to the part where I left off before when we took Yorick's skull.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of weird because, you know, when I looked at Yorick's skull, it looked like the O was an A. And I thought that they'd misspelled Yorick and wrote Yarick. And that's kind of weird because everybody always makes fun of me because my A's always look like O's. And
You have the worst days ever.
Yeah, I have the worst A's ever. And it makes me sad because I feel like I can differentiate between my A's and O's perfectly, but everyone doesn't think so.
Everyone else can. Anyways, Dan, something nice Dan did was he played Hexen a little bit, as you can see, and now he is the Wizard instead of the Cleric.
Yeah, so here's a demonstration of what the Wizard can do. Alright, he turns people into ice.
Oh, wow.
Hasta la vista, baby. That was kind of anticlimactic.
Yeah,
It
it
didn't
was.
blow up on the first shot.
And then he's got, what the hell is that?
Oh, he's got lightning too.
Oh, wow.
And his little weapon is a pea shooter, kind of like this.
Yeah. Oh, gross.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting.
Yeah.
Ugh, that horrible weapon.
Oh, no.
It's classless weapon.
And of course he's got to have a red cloak on.
Yep.
And so what's different about the cleric? I mean the mage versus the cleric, Dan?
Well, you see, he's got these flechette things, and when you put them down, it's like a landmine, and they explode. Oh crap! I almost blew myself up, kind of like I normally like to poison myself with the cleric.
What the hell are you doing? What? You just use those for the hell of it?
Well, I just use them to show people what they do.
Oh, I thought you were gonna actually use them.
Well, you know what? I
Something.
don't really use them. Well, how about them?
So what's the difference between then these apparently they have different abilities, but is like the mage's magic better or something, or
He has more magical options.
yeah.
Like his like the barbarian is kind of like a close quarters fighter.
Yeah.
The mage is kind of like a long distance fighter.
Yeah, and what about the cleric?
He's kind of in between.
Yeah, so he makes people cry.
Pretty much, he uses like harsh language and like he uses like mother jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the cleric would probably just be like, he would make a joke that he would think was harsh, but it wasn't that harsh.
Yeah.
And then the barbarian, he's just retarded. So
Yeah,
he
he
doesn't really like make fun of anyone.
He doesn't factor into the whole.
Because he knows
your
how
mama.
dumb he really is. So he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut and hope to God that the ladies love me for my looks
Yeah.
rather than my smarts, because that's how I'm gonna get through life.
You're absolutely
Yeah.
right, Pete. Absolutely right.
And the mage, he's kind of more of a dick because he is smart.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean, Dan?
Uh-huh.
So he's a smart a-hole. So he's an ugly human being, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And so he he tries to get through life without just being smart and sarcastic, and most of the time it doesn't work because
And sometimes he goes on to like the internet, and and when people are talking about something and they make a factual error, he's like, actually, and then he like types in an actual response, like he corrects everybody. He corrects everyone's grammar. He's kind of a pencil neck.
yeah, like in the beginning, the mage, or the wizard, he used to actually be like an alright looking human being, but just spending so much time correcting people has kind of, correcting people on all their falsehoods.
Yeah.
He's just kind of like became bald, got a lot of acne.
Yeah.
He's
He's got those thick Coke bottle rapist glasses.
Yeah, he started getting a hunch on his back a little bit.
Yeah.
From bending over, typing things on the computer.
Oh yeah, and if you look at his hands, clearly he has rheumatoid arthritis.
Yeah, and one of his fingers is missing, and you can see.
Yep.
And yeah, he's just an awful
Whoa,
man.
I didn't know this was here.
He's just an awful man. But yeah, so that's what I think about him. So does this guy have any close range quarter thingy, Stan?
Not really.
So he doesn't have like an axe that you can use to smash?
No, he just has his little pea shooter.
Yeah. Is that the weapon you start off with?
Yep.
And then you get what? What would be the next one? Kind of like how you went from.
You get the freeze ray second, and then you get the freeze ray in the 7 portals level, and then you get the lightning attack from the level after that.
Yeah, and so then the cleric, you know, just to continue with our little spiel here, the cleric, he's kind of like an average-looking fella.
Yeah.
He's not too smart, not too handsome, but you know, people like him. All right, he's got a good personality. You know what I mean?
He likes comic books.
Yeah. He likes comic books.
And
right now, comic books are all the rage. So he's swimming in the tail. You know what I mean?
Do you ever notice how, like, in certain movies, when there's a group of guys who are like professionals, like like let's take Predator for example. Like in Predator, you have all these deadly kind of warriors, and then they have this like nerdy guy Hawkins, and he's like this goofy looking guy, and like glasses and the whole 9 yards. And then they like whenever you have a movie like that, and they have this nerdy smart guy, they always make him a comic book reader just to show that he's one of the guys.
Yeah.
He's likable. He likes comic books.
Oh yeah, who doesn't like comic books?
Like, and if you look at the whole movie Predator, like that's really his entire personality. He's the guy who likes comics, and then he dies.
No.
Like the other guy.
You ruined it, Dan. I've never seen the Predator.
Oh well, it's pretty much.
He dies.
Yeah. Like it's all these guys who are like tough and like showing off.
Schwarzenegger, that black guy.
Yeah, the guy who always shaves.
Yeah, the bald guy.
Yeah, and
Jesse Ventura. Yeah, I get you.
that's right.
And then you have comic book guy.
Yep, that's his entire personality.
Yeah, he's like so that he doesn't have any smarts, because you can be a comic book nerd but be dumb as dog shit. You know what I mean? And the only thing that you know is comic books.
Yeah, but
and that's not the cleric, Dan. The cleric knows stuff.
Well, this is the mage.
Yeah. Oh no, the mage. The mage is a guy. He's a comic book. He thinks he knows everything.
Yeah.
And only finds out that he knows nothing.
Pretty much.
He usually sits at home with his mom and watches Golden Girls. I mean, who doesn't like watching Golden Girls? But with his mom and then, you know, all this stuff. It's just not right, Dan.
Yeah, he loves his mother. Well,
yeah, and you know what? At least he's a family man. So, you know, Dan, there's all these pros and cons for each class if you want.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to be more of a family guy but stay at home, you know, maybe the mage is more of your choice.
Yeah. If you want to just go out there and make love to, like, slump busters,
yeah,
then maybe the barbarian is more your guy.
Yeah, because the barbarian, he's not smart, but he's physically ginormous and apparently very attractive to the female race.
Yeah.
So, you know, the ladies love him. And so he gets a lot of tail as long as he doesn't open his mouth. He just goes, ugh, and then the ladies are like, oh my God, and then they jump on him. You know what I mean?
Right.
I've seen it happen. I was at a bar a couple nights ago. The barbarian guy came in wearing his helmet and all that stuff, and the ladies like, ooh, look at him. He's probably a foreigner. And, you know, 'cause that's what they like. They like, and then he just goes, ugh, and then they're like, oh my God, and they were buying him drinks, and it was just pretty interesting to see.
So the ladies buy the barbarian drink.
Well, the barbarian, he would have bought him a drink if they didn't like jump on him.
I see.
It was weird. It was very weird, Dan, because it should be the opposite way. Well, yeah, and you know, the barbarian, one of these days, he is not gonna, his looks are gonna be gone, and then what is he gonna have? That's why, Dan, I always say personality, personality, personality.
So are these women like jumping all over the barbarian because
he's attractive?
Yeah, and he's not relationship material.
Yeah, and you know, one thing is like the barbarian, you know, he's not looking to, you know, settle down. He's just gonna bang.
He's playing the field.
Yeah, he's just gonna bang. That's what the barbarian does.
Yeah.
He's not looking for a relationship.
It's Yorick's head.
Look at that.
Wait a minute. I put that on his head.
Yeah, you did.
Yorick is supposed to have the skull in his hand. Yorick
What the hell is happening here, Dan?
There should be a skull in his hand.
Well, Dan, I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, I forgot to go over there and get that thing.
Oh, well.
I'm a,
You can fly, can't you, Dan?
no.
You don't have the flying thing where you fly?
Let's do that again. I know this is probably cheap.
No, it's not. But anyway, so yeah, the barbarian, he's not looking for long term.
No.
He's looking for, I want to have fun right now. And like I said, his approach is good for the short term. But long term, you know, eventually he's not going to look that good all the time.
I know his muscles are gonna. It's like when he gets
Yeah.
older, he's gonna be like Arnold
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger, where his man boobies are gonna be sagging because he
Yeah.
doesn't do the steroids like he once did.
Yeah, well, no, the barbarian works out.
He's gonna.
constantly
Well, you know, I'm talking about when he's an old guy.
Oh,
like,
yeah, he can't, yeah.
He's going to.
He might get a heart condition. Who knows what's going to happen to the barbarian?
He's gonna go down to the beach and like all the medieval Tiger Beat magazines
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like entertainment magazines are gonna be making fun of his man boobies and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
giving him a hard time because he's not like, I don't know, 25 anymore.
Yeah.
It's a sad state of affairs. It's a
It
hard
is.
life being a barbarian.
It is. It's a very hard life. And you know, that's why you got to gain a personality. Like if the barbarian teamed up with the cleric, they would be unstoppable.
They'd be an unstoppable babe-getting force.
Yeah, because you don't want to hang out with the wizard.
I know. He's.
Because he's just a jerk.
Yeah, he's
And
kind
he
of an
thinks he's
a-hole.
better than you, and you know he's not.
I know.
And so you got, you know, you just hang out with the cleric. You know, he's an average-looking fella, like I said. He doesn't open his mouth when he knows he's wrong or whatnot.
No.
But he reads comic books, and if that barbarian can learn anything from him, is that chicks, for some reason, at this point in time in our world, they dig nerds. All right, now is the time to be a nerd.
Really?
I think so, Dan. I think so, because you know what it is? I think that people, all right, they're like back in the day, you kind of have to hide your nerdiness. You know what I mean? You can't let people know. Oh God, I'm into D&D. I don't want anyone to know. But now chicks play D&D too.
Well, let me ask you this: are you talking about nerds or are you talking about geeks?
I'm talking, see Dan, I don't even know the difference anymore. I used
See,
to say that I don't want to be called a geek, I'd rather be called a nerd, but I couldn't even tell you what geek versus nerd. Here's what I think, alright, geek is a nerd, alright, but he's only a nerd in one subject. Like, that's why I think, like, you know, someone could, oh, I'm a video game geek. Because I know all about video games and whatnot. But like, if you're like me, if you like comic books and you like you're a big movie buff and you love video games, maybe then you'd be just called a nerd. I don't know, Dan. What do you think?
I thought a
the
nerd
difference
was
is?
just somebody that just gives up an effort, you know, toward his physical appearance and social skills because he's so hungry for knowledge. But I thought that a geek was somebody that specializes in, like, you know, music or comic books or video games or something like that. Like, geeks tend to be a little bit cooler than just your plain old,
No,
you know,
I
traditional
think the
nerd.
other way around. I think it's the other way around. I'm not sure. You know what, people? If you're listening to this, you know, get into this topic here. All right, what is your definition of a nerd? What is your definition of a geek? Which is better? Are there better? See, the thing is, Dan, nowadays everyone has their own like little thing that they love so much. You know what I mean? So it's like oh, you know, you love music or you love movies. I mean, there's tons of people who just like love movies and then they call themselves like a movie nerd. You know what I mean? But back then they'd be like a movie buff or something like that. But now it's like, oh, I'm a nerd in this or I'm a nerd in that, and like no one cares anymore because everyone has their own thing that they just love so much above other things.
Maybe
Like-
people
like-
are just being more accepted.
Yeah.
Like, it's more acceptable to be.
Yeah, like my friend Chris, he's a huge video game. I mean, he's a huge wrestling nerd. You know what I mean? So he can name like every wrestler who won WrestleMania and whatever. But like, I don't know. I think that it's probably, you got a point. It's probably becoming more acceptable.
And the term is probably expanded.
Yeah.
And plus, we're in the future now. We probably
Yeah.
have more more things to be nerdy about.
Yeah, there's tons more things to be nerdy about.
More
like,
subjects have a longer history.
Yeah, like you could be
involved in.
like, I'm totally a friggin' whatever, some TV show nerd. Like you friggin' watch it all the time. You love all the characters, this, that, and the other. You know, there's all kinds of stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
it's not just the nerd. It's not just the stuff that won't get you laid stuff. All the, you know, I mean, it's like you know, like D&D or friggin'
who's hitting
you're
me?
playing I don't know, other shit. I think I don't know. I think you could be a nerd in like anything.
Yeah.
You could be a fucking, I'm a fucking, yeah, like science nerd. Oh, you just got crushed to death. That was pretty nice. That fucking ceiling said no, damn.
Yeah.
But no, like you could be a goddamn science nerd. You could be a fucking math nerd. Granted, they're still nerds. But like anime, you know, anime is one particular thing that I think about. Like in like, you know, maybe 20 years ago, it wasn't mainly as accepted as it is now. You know what I mean? And now that tons of people watch either anime or manga or whatever, you know, more and more people have been like, you know what, we all like anime, so we're all anime nerds and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. Well, this is...
It's definitely become more acceptable as a society to be a nerd.
How am I gonna do this?
I don't know. But you did it. You got crushed a bit, but you did it.
I feel like I risked health to get health, and I wonder if that was well, I guess I didn't lose more than 25.
No, you definitely had more than you had last time, that's for sure. But yeah, I think, I don't know, nerds are totally more accepted in society now.
Yep.
You can play D&D and still maybe hook up with a chick, alright?
I feel like
chicks play D&D now too, you know what I mean? It's like this stuff that girls never did. You know, you can go like fucking World of Warcraft or bullshit like that. You know, you think you're it's still a male-dominated game probably, but like you can find chicks on there and fucking be like, oh my god, these girls, and then you know have boners.
Nice.
You know what I mean? But like I don't know, it's just funny. But it definitely is still. Well, I don't know.
I'm actually glad that nerds are more accepted in society, because I feel like nerds are more interesting than non-nerds.
Yeah, like
Maybe that's a general, like a generalization.
Like,
but
what is a non-nerd now? You know what I mean? Like I was saying, everyone's got their own thing that they really like.
Why can't you be a sports nerd or a sex nerd?
You could be a sports nerd. Sex nerd I've never heard of, but I would love for that to happen. Man, I love sex.
I have this encyclopedic knowledge of BJ's.
Yeah,
and,
I've got a book of all the Kama Sutra positions that I've ever done, and I've only done one right now, but I'm gonna be working on more.
Glaive, and then you got like what else? No, that was good. Sex nerd.
yeah, it's,
Like I've got
a doctorate in cunnilingus
Yeah.
as he's adjusting his Coke bottle glasses.
I've got all these pornographies on.
No, see, is a porno nerd and a sex nerd almost the same thing?
Well, I
wonder.
think a porno nerd could be
like-
somebody that, like, you know those people that just go to the video store and they rent, like, they rent a porno, then they leave, and then they come back in the exact amount of time that it would take to watch a porno, return their porno
Yeah.
tape, and then get out another one.
That's probably more of
That
an
would be a porn-
addiction than a nerd.
Well, what's the difference between being a nerd, and being an addict?
That's a good question too.
Can you be a drug nerd?
I guess so. Like
I make meth and
oh, you know, Glavin. I don't know why Glavin's always fun.
I don't know. Is that like a Jewish word?
No, that's something I remember.
that was
hearing
like,
Jerry.
Oi!
That's something I remember Jerry Lewis always used to say. In
Oh,
the,
is he a nerd?
in the Nutty Professor?
Oh.
He's like, oh, Glavin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either, but Dan, I think we're gonna have to stop here, and in the next episode we will continue with whatever talk we're talking about. So, we catch you 1913.
And Ghosty Films.
I'll see you later. Bye bye.